Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today for this week's WIP and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress, and this is mine. You are welcome and encouraged to go grab whatever you're working on and work alongside while I chat, or alternatively, you can just treat this like a podcast and listen along while I chat. I have a small project that I'm working on. You guys saw me kit it up in yesterday's video, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. This is a vintage poster by Paul Berthon, and I am absolutely loving the oranges in this, which is really weird for me because I'm not typically an orange person. Like, orange is usually one of my least favorite colors. So I'm not quite sure what, I think it's the color combination of the oranges and the browns that is appealing to me. Anyway, this is what I'm going to be working on. So as you can see, I've already started it. I've actually got some done over under here. So I'm going to be working on this section. I'm going to move things around a bit, get my timer started, and zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. And then I will be right back. So don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to start on her skin color here, since that's a big multi-placing section, and get that out of the way. Well, I start in with my life update. So, you guys, it's been a week. Where do I want to start? Actually, haven't had a whole lot going on life-wise this week. Everybody is still healthy and doing well. So that's good. You know, basically just living life, doing things like cleaning house, buying groceries, that kind of stuff. Nothing super exciting. My son and I have been going on our walks. We did skip Friday. I got to bed really late and I was just no way I was going to get up at our usual time and go for a walk in the morning. So we did miss a day, but other than that, we made all our walks this week. And then he's been busy finishing up. It's almost the end of the semester. He has finals next week. So he's going to be busy with that. And he's a little stressed about it, of course, because who isn't stressed about finals? I thought he was mostly done, which he is, except for the final exams. So I think he took one yesterday, and then he has 3 this week, I think. I never can keep him straight because, you know, he takes classes online, and so he'll tell me something one day and I'll think it's for one class and I've misunderstood and it's for a different class or something. So I don't know if the final he took yesterday was one of the ones from next week that he was telling me about, but we'll see whenever he's done. And I always, every semester in December, it's like pulling teeth to get him to register for classes for next semester. Because, you know, they get to be so close to the end of the semester and they don't want to think about going back to school. I'm like, but you need to register for your classes before they all fill up. Which he's getting close enough to being done. It's probably not as big a deal. You know, the general ed ones that everybody has to take are the ones that fill up. Once you get to, you know, as far along as he is in your degree, there just aren't as many people taking the class. But he has more competition than usual because it's online. So it's not just, you know, the people in the local area that are actually physically attending classes. It's people online who could be from anywhere in the US. Maybe I'll remind him of that. Maybe that will spur him on to figure out what he needs to do. We're getting ready to celebrate his birthday. He's got a birthday this month. And I always have a separate celebration for him because his birthday is in the same month as Christmas. My mom's birthday was in the same month as Christmas too, and she hated it growing up because her parents always combined it. you know, she never had a separate birthday gathering. They always just got together at Christmas, and then she got Christmas/birthday gifts. And she didn't like that when she was alive. She always had half birthdays for my son so that it felt more like a birthday celebration and not a combination thing, which I thought about doing for a while, but then he essentially gets 2 birthdays, which isn't fair to everyone else. And my mom always wanted to do it when it was, you know, halfway to his birthday, which meant it was always right around my daughter's birthday, which made her upset because it felt like her, you know, he was getting 2 birthdays and she was just getting 1. And also his second birthday was happening at the same time as her 1 birthday. I tried to explain all that to my mom. I don't think she understood it, but anyway, I don't do half birthdays for him, but I do make sure that we have a separate celebration, even if that means we have to get together. You know, we just got together last couple weeks ago for Thanksgiving, and now we're getting together again for his birthday, and then we'll be getting together again for Christmas. That's okay. Nothing wrong with seeing your family more than once, right? So we've been getting ready for that, and I finally managed to get enough ideas out of him that I was able to finish my Christmas shopping for him. Most of the stuff that he had given me ideas for, I ended up going towards his birthday, and I'm like, I still need to buy stuff for Christmas, and I need to buy it pretty quickly if I'm going to make sure it gets here in time for Christmas. So I did manage to do that. Now I'm pretty much done Christmas shopping, but now I have to shop for my husband's birthday because his birthday is right after Christmas, and it always sneaks up on me because I'm so busy with Christmas and I'm focused on that, and I forget about his birthday. Plus, with shipping being as crazy as it is, I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and order it now, and then hopefully it'll be here in time for his birthday. So I said to him, you know, is there something you super want for your birthday so I can go ahead and get it ordered? Well, I want to wait and see what I got for Christmas. And I said, well, why do you need to do that? Well, I don't know what I'm getting for Christmas. And I said, well, okay, I understand that, but I know what you're getting for Christmas. So tell me if there's something you really, really want. And then if I didn't get it for Christmas, I'll know to get it for your birthday. Well, he still needs time to think about it, I guess. So he didn't give me any ideas, but other than that, I'm pretty much done Christmas shopping. Although I did tell my husband, I told you guys, I think my last WIP and chat, we went to the Nifty Nut House, and you know, usually, now granted, I usually go later in the year than I did this time, but you know, usually what I get will last us a couple weeks. It didn't even last a whole week. It lasted 5 days and everything was gone. And so I told my husband, because he's like, we need some more. And I said, well, if you want any more, you're going to get it. I've made my annual trek and I went early because I wanted to avoid the madhouse. So if you want it, you're going to have to go get it. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what else happened. Oh, guys, still no word on our Canadian PR, which is frustrating. You know, the last couple of times we've gotten notices about stuff, like when we had to go get our biometrics and when we had to get our med exams, you know, they gave us 30 days, and right at that 30 days, we got an email saying, do this next thing. Well, it's been right at that 30 days, so I was expecting an email. So, of course, we didn't get one, which I suppose is good. That means, you know, we didn't get a, hey, you missed your deadline or anything. So everything should still be fine, but we also didn't get a, hey, you're done, which is what I was hoping for. So still waiting on that front. And let's see, what else? Oh, I got to spend some time at the DMV this week. I actually get to go again here shortly. my son has to renew his driver's license, and I have to take him up there to do that. So that'll be fun. Our DMV has gotten weird. See, where I live, you can go to any, I don't know if this is the same in other states, but you can go to any DMV in the area. So a lot of people who live in the big town close to us come to our, well, it's not the town I live in, but the closest town with the DMV, which is in the county I live in. People from the next county over will come up here and do it because it's so much less crowded. Well, I don't know if they just got tired of people doing that, or if the DMC decided to change the rules for some other reason. Our DMV office here used to be open 5 days a week. And now they're still open 5 days a week, but you can only just like drop in on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you want to do anything on Tuesday, Thursday, you have to go online and schedule an appointment with them. I don't know if that has to do with, I mean, the two ladies that work there have worked there forever. And as far as I know, they both still work there. So I don't think it's like a lack of personnel or anything. So I don't know what's going on, but he's all stressed about making sure it gets done by a certain date, because he's got to have his ID for some of his finals and stuff, and he wants to make sure. And I'm like, all we can do is go down there and see what happens. No guarantees when it comes to the DMV. So I've been talking to my son about, all the things that we've got to do for that. And I had to go to the DMV for a different reason last week. So we have a car that is ostensibly my son's. I mean, it's our car. We own it. But it was the car my son drives. And he just doesn't drive it a whole lot. I drove it for a while when I was working, because during the winter, the car I regularly drive is rear-wheel drive, which is not great in snowy and icy conditions. And the other car, my son's car, is an SUV. And so I like it better driving in bad weather because I'm up higher. I can kind of see the road. It had better tires, better traction, because it's not a rear-wheel drive. And so when I was still working, I drove it quite a bit when I was driving to and from work. But since I've not been working, the car's just kind of been sitting there because he doesn't really go anywhere either. I mean, it gets driven occasionally, but not much. And so my husband and I had talked about selling it because we weren't planning on taking it to Canada with us. We knew we didn't want to take it to Canada with us. And so, we just hadn't kind of pulled the trigger on anything. And he was coming home from work one day, getting out of his vehicle to come in the house, and some random guy, some random neighbor stopped him and said, "What are you guys doing with this car?" Because he's noticed that it's just kind of been sitting in the driveway and it doesn't ever really go anywhere. And so my husband said, "Well, it's my son's, but he doesn't really drive it, and we just hadn't really decided what we were doing with it." The guy said, "Well, if you ever decide to sell it, call me," and gave my husband his phone number. So my husband came in and talked to me, and I said, "Well, it's fine with me if we sell it. Call him, tell him we're ready, and see what he offers you. If he offers us a decent price for it, then we'll take it." So he called the guy, and the guy never answered him back. And my husband has actually been wanting to sell the car for a while, and I just hadn't wanted to do it yet. So since he finally got my okay, he's like, "Well, since this guy didn't answer, I'm going to list it on Facebook Marketplace and see what we can get for it." I said, "Okay." You guys, the used car market is crazy right now. And my husband listed it at like noon, and it was sold by 5 o'clock. Just crazy. So he had lots of inquiries about it and everything. And we had a guy actually say he drove down from a city that's about an hour away from us. And he's like, "I'll be there Don't sell it. You know, I'm coming cash in hand, blah, blah, blah. So he came by, he liked it, he bought it. And so then I needed to go to the DMV. Now, my husband and I were talking about this before the guy arrived, because then I'm suddenly, oh, wait, let me look up. It's been so long since we sold a car this way. What do we have to do? I know we have to take the tag off, the license plate, but what else do we need to do? So the car was paid off, so we had the title, so we could do what they call a private sale between individuals. So we just sign the title over to whoever buys it, and then they take the title, go get it registered in their name, and go on about their business. But we have to tell the DMV that we sold it, so they can take our name off of whatever's associated with the vehicle. And so as we're doing this, I'm looking at the title, and I realize my name is not on the title. I think we ended up doing it that way because when we originally bought it, we got a loan on it, and my husband was the one on the loan. So, or I didn't go with him when he bought it or something. So my name wasn't on any of the paperwork. And I told my husband, you know, I'll go and I'll see if they'll let me do this, but I don't know if they will because I'm not on the title. But my husband works, you know, longer hours than the DMV's open. It's only open 8 to 5, and my husband has to be at work at 7 o'clock, and he doesn't usually get home until 6 or so. And so he would have had to take off work. So I said, just let me go and see what they say. So you have to take the title, or not the title, the license plate and the registration. And we pay our registration in the summer, so we would be getting a refund. So I get there, it's a Monday morning, it's like 9 o'clock. I thought it wouldn't be too busy. There's like 12 people in line already, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for our small county, that's huge. I mean, there's only like 5 chairs in their little waiting area because they just don't usually have that many people. And I don't know why it was that busy on a Monday, but it was. So I get a chair, I sit down. I've been waiting like 10 minutes. And then one of the ladies stands up and says, well, our computers are down. And she said, you know, you guys are welcome to wait. It could be 10 minutes and they're back up. It could be 2 hours. We have no idea. And then also on my way in, I had seen a sign saying that they were closed. So I did a double take because I was like, wait a minute, why are they closed? Well, they were closing for a couple of hours at lunchtime to have their company Christmas party. So they were taking a longer than usual lunch. And I just thought, ugh, okay. So as I'm waiting and listening to this lady, she says, you know, you can wait if you want. She said, or if you're just here to drop off paperwork, you can just drop off the paperwork with us, and then we'll just basically hold it until the computers come up, and then they would process it, and then whatever, you know, needed to get mailed out or whatever would happen. My state is an electronic titling state, so unless there's no liens or anything, you don't actually get the title. Okay guys, sorry. I don't know what happened, but somehow my phone stopped recording in the middle of my WIP and chat. So there went 40 minutes of me talking. Another lesson in patience for me. So as you can see, I've already finished this section because I finished that while I was talking previously. I've moved on down to this one. So I'm going to rearrange things a bit, get back zoomed in, hopefully pick up where I left off with my WIP and chat. So yeah, be right back. So I was talking about the DMV, electronic titling, we sold our car, all of that. So go to turn in the paperwork, and my name isn't on the registration of the car. I wasn't there when my husband bought it, and so we just never bothered to get me put on the title because it didn't seem important. So I go and take up the paperwork to the lady at the DMV, and I can't I can't do it. Because I'm not on the title, I'm not allowed to sign the paperwork. My husband has to do it. So I explained to her, you know, he works long hours. He'd have to take the day off work. There's no way around this. She managed to, even though the computers were down, print off the power of attorney form that she said I needed. Have my husband sign this and then come back, and I would be allowed to sign the paperwork for the sale of the car so they could refund whatever was due back on our registration. Okay, so took it home, had my husband sign it, went back the next day. The computers were not down this time, and I went a little bit earlier than I had the first time, so nobody was there, so I didn't even have to wait. Just walked in, walked right up to the counter, gave the lady all the paperwork, signed a few pieces of paper, and I was out the door and on my way in less than 5 minutes. So that part of it was nice. Wasn't nice that I had to make 2 trips, but at least I got everything done. And yeah, so now we're down 1 car, and we don't have to worry about selling it if and when we ever finally hear about our PR to Canada. So that's at least one big thing taken care of. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of my life update. And okay, so moving on to my diamond painting update. You guys, this last couple of weeks, I guess, has been the universe reminding me that I need to be patient. I guess also today with the snafu with my filming that, oh man, I was so frustrated. Filmed literally almost an hour, and I don't know what happened, but the camera shut off 20 minutes in and I didn't know it. So yeah, that's super frustrating. But what can I do? Just film it again. So here I am. Okay, so I mean, on the upside, I'm getting more done on my painting, so there's that bonus, right? Glass is half full. Okay, so frustration. As many of you, I'm sure, are aware, I am still waiting on my Black Friday and Cyber Monday orders from Diamond Art Club. So I've been super frustrated about it and complaining. I've complained on social media. I've complained to my husband. I complained in the Facebook group. And I know I'm not the only person who's still waiting, but it's just frustrating. Frustrating because this is not typical, at least in my experience, for Diamond Art Club. And, you know, just all around a frustration for me. So I don't typically pay much attention to my tracking. Most of the time when I buy kits, it doesn't matter to me when they show up. I mean, I don't want it to take a while, obviously, but I'm not typically buying kits that I'm going to be working on quickly or that I'm planning on making for someone as a gift or anything like that. So they just show up when they show up, and that's perfectly fine. This Black Friday was a little bit different. And again, it was just, the whole thing has been a source of frustration. So I sat down and thought, okay, I guess once you become a YouTuber, that's your response. I'm going to make a video about this, right? So I spent several hours over the last couple of days kind of writing out the things that I wanted to talk about, explaining some backstory about my feelings about Diamond Art Club, and, you know, researching my tracking and when did I place my orders and all this kind of stuff that I don't typically ever pay any attention to. Now, I will say I have my own thoughts about Diamond Art Club. I think they make a very good product, but I question some of their business practices, which they can do what they want. It's their business. And for now, I will continue to buy from them. That may change in the future. Don't know. as I said, I've had other issues with them in the past. I'm not going to get into all of that, but it's been frustrating this week watching everybody else on social media get their packages, even people who placed orders after I did, and watching people, you know, unbox and work on paintings that they ordered on Black Friday and have received, and I'm still waiting. Now, I did go through and check the tracking. Both of my orders did not ship out. I made an order on Black Friday and one on Cyber Monday. Neither of them shipped out until almost a week after I ordered them. So that's frustrating. Because, you know, I get an email that says they've shipped. Well, they haven't really. All that's happened is they made up the shipping label. Doesn't mean the package is actually gone anywhere. And in the case of my Cyber Monday order, it, as far as I'm aware, last I checked, is still sitting in New Jersey. I don't know why, but that's where tracking says it is. Now, my Black Friday package left New Jersey, went to Kansas City, Kansas. Left Kansas City, Kansas, went back to Kansas City, Missouri, and now it says it's heading back to Kansas City, Kansas. But it has said that for like 3 days now. So I don't know what's going on, other than I've been frustrated that I'm not getting them. Now, it is the holiday season. Every shipper is backed up. Things were already crazy before we threw the holiday on top of it as far as shipping goes. I understand all that. Still frustrating when you're the person on the receiving end who's not getting whatever it is you ordered. And so I was actually talking to my husband about it and explaining to him, you know, again, because I don't usually pay attention to the tracking. It just gets here when it gets here. And he said, well, when I was saying, well, it's said it's, you know, been sitting in Kansas City for several days, he's like, uh-oh, what if it's lost? And that kind of made me take a step back and think, well, what if it's lost? Then what? I mean, I've been so frustrated, I've just been focusing on my frustration. So what happens if it gets lost? I mean, if I don't get it another week or so, I will contact Diamond Art Club and say, hey, this package has never arrived. What gives? I don't know if they'd be able to answer what happened to it either. If it truly is lost, if it's just been sitting there for some reason, I don't know. I would assume if I don't get the package, I would be able to just say, hey, I've never gotten this package. I'd like a refund. I can reorder the kits, assuming they're all still available, or I can buy something else, right? I've never had to do that with Diamond Art Club before, so if any of you have any words of wisdom, if I have to take that route, let me know down in the comments. So again, asking myself, you know, what if they got lost? Get my money back, order them, whatever. I did not order any of the kits, like I said, for gifting purposes. So if mine get lost, is it the end of the world? No. Yes, it will be frustrating, but then, you know, I'll just take the steps to deal with it if that's what has happened. But the real source of my frustration was twofold. One, it's frustrating to order something and not get it as soon as you've been accustomed to. And I think, you know, these days in our society, we've gotten accustomed to, there's an app for everything. Everything is in your house within, you know, hours, days, whatever. Oh, you're hungry. Well, there's an app for that. Have somebody DoorDash it or Uber Eats it to you. You know, order your groceries and have those delivered. Order stuff on Amazon and it's here in 2 days. I think we've just gotten used to that instant gratification. And so when stuff is not like that, it's frustrating. So that's the first thing, which, you know, that's, again, is it the end of the world if I don't get them? As long as I get them. I mean, I don't want them to take, you know, months or anything, but as long as it's here relatively soon, then it's fine. The second reason I was frustrated was because I wanted to do a YouTube video about my Black Friday buys. And it's now getting to the point where I feel like that would be kind of irrelevant. Everybody has seen most of everything. I mean, I've seen so many people unboxing things that I would be surprised if somebody somewhere hasn't, literally there hasn't been an unboxing for every single new release that they did on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Now, that being said, again, is it the end of the world if I don't have the boxes? No, because my typical procedure is that I don't open anything until I'm ready to work on it. So I didn't intend to actually physically unbox everything that I bought anyway. I mean, I wanted to have the boxes to show you so I could kind of, hold up the boxes and show you the images and that kind of thing. So I'm not going to be able to make that happen, at least not anytime soon. And like I said, that, again, as a YouTuber, you want stuff to be timely. And how timely is it if after Christmas I'm talking about things that here's my Black Friday order. So, I mean, I probably still could, but you get what I mean. So, again, thinking about, is it the end of the world if they're not here tomorrow or whatever? No, it isn't. So what I've decided to do is I'm just going to share them with you now. Because again, I was just going to be basically showing you the boxes. I wasn't actually going to be opening anything. And while I do have some of the boxes, because I ordered from several different companies, I don't have all of them. So I'm just going to stick images up there. I'm going to continue to work while I talk about it, and I will just stick images on the side of the screen as I talk about what I ordered. So I ordered from 4 different companies on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So the first place that I ordered from was Joann's, and that's because I had a coupon, because that's how they suck you in. I had a coupon. And so I went and ordered 3 kits. Now, 2 of them were doorbusters, so my coupon wasn't good for that, but I ordered a 3rd kit. Well, I actually only ended up getting the 2 doorbusters because for whatever reason, the 3rd kit that I ordered, I got an email saying, "Oh, sorry, we've canceled your order. It's not available." Which, I don't understand that. I mean, computer inventory is a thing. Your computer, especially for a big national company like that, should know what's available in stock and what isn't. And I mean, it was a clearance item, but whatever. Anyway, I didn't get it. So the 2 kits that I did get are both partials, but they're both really cute, and I can't wait to do both of them. So the first one I got is called Fox Bliss. And again, I'll stick a picture up there. These cute little foxes. Looks like a mother fox and a baby fox rubbing noses, and I just thought it was really cute. So that was the first one I got from Joann's. And then the second one I got is just some seahorses. And it too is a partial, like I said. But I just love the color scheme of this painting. The colors in it are just, yeah. I don't think I'd even care what the painting was of if it was that same color scheme. So, but I like seahorses, so it all worked out. And yeah. So those are the 2 I got from Joann's. Minus my kit that apparently is no longer available. And then I went out and bought some kits from Jaded Gem Shop. She was having a, what did she call it? A Green Thursday sale instead of Black Friday or something. And I ordered 2 kits from her. Now, the first one that I ordered is an image I'm sure you guys have all seen before. It's a Jasmine Beckett Griffith called the 20-Sided Dice Fairy, I think is the name of it. And the reason I got this one is because I'm going to be doing a comparison project. I have this same image in a much smaller size, and I'm going to be doing a comparison of them once I get them both done. So that's why I bought that one. And the larger one is pretty big. Don't know when I'm going to get to it, but that's one of the projects I have in my pipeline to do next year. So I got that one. And then as I was looking, because it was a buy one, get something off, I wanted to get another kit. And I had probably 5 or 6, and I had my husband help me narrow them down. And the one that I ended up getting, excuse my phone there, the one that I ended up getting is called Owen and Aurora. And it kind of looks like a playing card with, the lady at the top and then the guy at the bottom upside down, like they do on the face cards and playing cards. But I just thought it was really interesting. I never really seen any art by this artist before, and I thought it was cool. So I got that one. So those were my 2 buys from Jaded Gem Shop. Then I went and placed an order with Dreamer Designs because they were having a buy one get one 50% off for Black Friday. And I'm all about the sales. Anytime, you know, my husband had told me I had a certain amount of money that I could spend. I didn't end up spending that much, but, you know, if I can get a sale, I can get more bang for my buck, more diamond paintings for my dollars. That's always good. So I like Dreamer Designs. I've done one of their kits before and I really enjoyed it. I think they have nice drills. And so I went out. They actually have some that I had on my wish list, but the couple of times that I'd gone back and checked, they weren't in stock. So there was one in stock called Penguin Trio that I've had my eye on for a while and just hadn't pulled the trigger on. So I got that one. And then as a new release, they had this cute little adorable snowman holding presents. And I don't typically like the snowman ones because, as you all know, I'm not a big fan of a lot of white. And I think it's just really hard sometimes to disguise all the gapping. The white just accentuates gaps. And so I've avoided them. But I really like the color scheme in this particular one. I just really thought this one was cute, so I got that one. So I had those 2. And then the third one, I saw someone else had gotten it, and I had seen it before, but I wasn't sure if I would like it. And I saw someone actually working on it, and it looks really cool. So I got one called Tarot Town. Now, after I got this, I realized I actually have 2 other kits by this same artist, which is crazy for me. I don't typically pay a whole lot of attention to artists. I just look at, you know, I like this style of painting, and if I like it, then I buy it. It doesn't really matter to me who did it. So I actually have a diamond painting shop one called Sleepy Time by the same artist, and then I have another Diamond Art Club kit, which I don't remember which one. I want to say it has dragons in it, by him as well. And him, her, I don't know. I assume it's a him, but I could be wrong. So I got that one from Dreamer Designs, the Tarot Town. And then because it was a buy one, get one, I needed to have an even number. So I decided I wanted to get a mermaid kit. I've not done a mermaid. And so I thought, well, I'm going to go out. I've looked at several different kits. There have been several over, you know, the years as I was diamond painting that I was like, oh, I should get that kit. And I just have never pulled a trigger on the mermaids. So I found a mermaid kit called Patience by an artist that I've never done anything by before. So I ended up getting those 4 kits from Dreamer Designs. Okay, and then I stayed up late so that I could be one of the first people to order my Black Friday stuff from Diamond Art Club. Because we got, what was it, six hours as VIPs to early shop. So I wanted to be one of the first ones in, because in my mind, if I was the first one shopping, mine should be the first one shipping out. I don't think that's how it ended up working, but that's what I had assumed at that point. What did I order on Black Friday? So the first kit that I ordered from them is called Flirting, and it's this cute little fairy painting. Now, again, some of these are kind of atypical purchases for me. I typically don't buy paintings that have a lot of one color. I feel like I'm going to get bored because it's too much color blocking. And I say that as I'm avoiding a kit that has a lot of confetti, but anyway, just not a typical purchase for me, but I really thought it was a cute painting. So I got that one. So there's one. The second one I got, which was another new release, and this is one I'm going to be sad if it doesn't show up, is called The Birth of the Teratoph Kieran. And it's just so cute, you guys. Now, last I checked, it's still available, so I'm hoping that if I have to like redo my order or something, I'll still be able to get that one, because that's a really, really, really want, which is one of the reasons I've been so frustrated that it hasn't arrived yet. But anyway, so there's my second Black Friday purchase. And then my third kit was actually not a new Black Friday release. It was a new release from like the weekend before that. And it's called Enchanted Forest. Now, I don't know what's going on because I went back. I try to keep screenshots of my paintings just so, you know, I can, well, one, so I have something I can use to print out for my logbook as an image for a sticker if the company doesn't provide one. And then also just for my own reference, because sometimes, you know, I have a lot of stuff. I forget what a particular painting is. You know, the name may not necessarily jog my memory, but if I have the image, this kit I couldn't find it on the website. Luckily, I had already taken my screenshot of it when I ordered it. I can't find it on the website, so I don't know what's happened, but yeah. Now, interestingly, to add insult to injury, I just received yesterday an email from Diamond Art Club saying, hey, how do you like your kits? Go review them. For, you know, those kits that I haven't received yet because they still haven't been delivered. And my tracking says they were supposed to be delivered on the 9th. It still says that. So I don't know if it just doesn't get updated until it's actually moved. I don't know if it did actually get lost. I don't know. But anyway, so those are the 3 I ordered on Black Friday. And then on Cyber Monday, I went back and ordered 2 more. The first one that I ordered is called Fiona Dragon. And again, another kind of atypical purchase for me. It's a lot of purples, but I just thought it was a really cute painting and it's not very big. And yeah, so I got that one. Again, another artist that I've not done anything by them before. And then the second one that I got on Cyber Monday was called Love Your Inner Child. And again, another of those weird coincidences, I actually have another Diamond Art Club kit in my stash by that particular artist. I have a Phoenix that she did a while ago. Haven't got to it yet, of course, but I have it. I guess it's not that surprising that I end up with multiples by the same artist. Obviously, if I like their art style, then I'm going to be drawn to whatever. But anyway, so there is all of my Black Friday and Cyber Monday purchases. Again, you know, I was hoping to do a separate video, but it just doesn't look like that's going to be in the cards for me, at least anytime soon. And I didn't want to leave it too late because it just feels like, you know, why talk about my Black Friday purchases after the first of the year? Maybe it doesn't matter, but I just figured today, while I was venting about stuff anyway, I would just, you know, share with you guys what I got. So there's what I got. So cross your fingers for me that the kits are not lost in Kansas City somewhere and that eventually they will show up in my house. Now, my Cyber Monday order is still sitting in New Jersey. I don't know what that means. Just know that's what tracking says. That's where it is. So I guess, you know, hopefully I'll find out by my next WIP and chat. Maybe when I come back to do my next WIP and chat, I will be able to tell you guys that both kits arrived and everything is hunky-dory and whatever. We'll see. This whole week has just been, I guess, lessons for me in how to deal with frustration. Not only the whole situation with my orders not arriving, all of that, but then again today, because my camera did not work and sitting here doing all of that recording only to find out that I was just talking to myself because it wasn't recording. I mean, I guess technically I'm talking to myself all the time because you guys aren't here, but you know what I mean. Okay, let me do one more color. I have one more thing to talk about, and then I think I'm going to call that good for today. So, you guys, my big 10. I told you before I was kind of frustrated and just not feeling it and really struggling with, I really wanted to make that goal and just finally said, you know what, I'm not going to make it. Stepped away from the Heaven and Earth design for a bit. I mean, I'll finish it. May not be this year, but I'll finish it. and just, yeah, said, okay, now that I'm not working on that, what do I want to work on? You know, what kit do I want to work on right now? And it was this one. Like I said, I don't know what it is about this particular kit, but, and again, I am not typically a fan of orange. Just not really a favorite color of mine. But I am really digging how this kit looks. And I actually think, you know, I wasn't sure at this smaller size how well it would turn out, because, you know, a lot of times this kind of Art Nouveau type stuff that the art that I like, you just lose a lot of the detail and it just doesn't look as good. And I mean, obviously there's some detail being lost because it is such a small size. But that being said, I am super happy with how it's turning out so far, because I think it looks really good even at this small size. And again, really loving the oranges in this one, which is why I'm saving the section with her hair to do last, because that's going to be my favorite part. So I thought, why not save that for myself as like a little present to myself at the end. I've diamond painted everything else. Now I get to work on the fun part, which is her hair. Not that the rest of it isn't fun, but that's the section I'm really looking forward to. So I'm going to save it for last. And that's typically not how I work either. Typically, I would, you know, well, typically I start at the bottom and work my way to the top. So I've already reversed that. And then I would have just kind of, you know, worked my way down back and forth. But when I started to peel that section off, I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait, because I know that's going to be the section that I'm going to enjoy, and I'm just going to save that until the end. So yeah, just kind of stepping a little bit out of my comfort zone as far as, you know, the process of how I'm doing things and things like that. And I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, while I have been a bit frustrated with myself for not meeting those goals, you know, they may have been a little unrealistic. I mean, clearly my diamond painting hours was unrealistic, although I might have made it had I not had some of the health issues that I've had. My elbow is still giving me problems, and I've tried to give it time to rest, and I've done, you know, physical therapy things, and I've tried some home remedies and stuff. Nothing really seems to make a huge amount of difference. So at this point, I'm just, yeah, trying to use it as little as possible while I diamond paint, because I still want to diamond paint. I'm not giving it up. So yeah, anyway, it feels really good to be enjoying my diamond painting again, instead of feeling like, oh, I should be working on this, and sitting down and trying to slog through it. And yeah, I'll get back to it when I'm in the right frame of mind for that Heaven and Earth Designs. And I think that I may, after I finish this kit, I may start on my Distracted by Diamonds, which would be kit number 9 of my Big 10. Don't know that I would be able to get it done before the end of the year, but I'm going to try. I still won't meet that goal, because there's no way I could get both that one and the Heaven and Earth design done. But if I can at least get one of them, that'll make me feel better. And then I'll have another kit finished. Okay, let me zoom out here and show you guys. Like I said, I'm super excited about how this one is turning out. I think the colors are really good. I think, you know, for the size, the rendering is really good. I can't wait to finish this one. And hopefully just within the next couple of days, I'll have this one done. And then I can move on to whatever I decide the next project is going to be. I think that's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Sorry about the bobble there in the middle. Frustrating, but what can you do? Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.